The kids might call me a FUD. That's okay. Welcome back, original gangsters. OG with you out here at the Valley County Gun Range outside of beautiful Cascade, Idaho. I'm out here once again doing a little range work before we open to the public, and I have the range to myself. I wanted to show you this cool little product. I've had it in my possession now for about 6 months, testing it out to make sure it's actually what I want. This thing has kind of changed the way I set up my guns, and it's simplified things. It's a great piece of equipment for simple dolts like OG. Okay, so I'm kind of a traditionalist when it comes to rifles. Some would call it a FUD. When I set up my rifles for pretty much any kind of self-defense work, I just like a front sight tower. I just like a birdcage flash hider. I like the way they look. I like the way they perform. I don't need a bunch of aftermarket gizmos that cost me a bunch of money that I have to put on every single one of my rifles. They almost always come with an A2 birdcage flash hider, and I just like the way it looks and the way it works, so why not leave it on here? So there's basically 3 ways to attach a suppressor to a rifle. The simplest and most direct way is called direct threading. That's where we take off this A2 birdcage flash hider. We have an end cap that has the right appropriate threading, and this piece just screws right onto the muzzle of this gun. It's slow, it's cumbersome, it's not made for being attached and detached very quickly. It is the most secure way of attaching this. You do have to have that end cap, and CMMG sells this can with that end cap to be able to attach that to the rifle. That's method number 1. Method number 1 comes with some problems. If I take this A2 birdcage flash hider off, I've essentially released the tension on my crush washer. Each time I put that birdcage flash hider back on there nice and firm, I would essentially need to put on a new crush washer each and every time so that I can time this flash hider correctly. Now, in this case, this can is going to live on this rifle. It could be direct threaded on here and left on here till the end of time. Method number 2 is to insert a proprietary end cap, an end cap that screws in here and has a manufacturer's proprietary method of attaching this to the rifle. That's great. Those things are all great, but you've got to universalize your rifles, your equipment. And for a guy like me, I've got a bunch of rifles on the wall. I don't want to go buy a bunch of different adapters and have the muzzle devices of all my rifles switched over. That's a cost for all new muzzle devices and a cost for all new hub compatible end caps. Well, there's an easier way, folks. For those of us that like to keep our A2 flash hiders for its looks, its aesthetics, or just its functionality. Griffin Armament in Wisconsin makes what they call the gate lock hub. The threading on this is hub compatible, meaning it will attach to the back of any suppressor. And now you've got yourself a suppressor that will snap onto or come off of an A2 flash hider with just the lifting or pushing in of this little tiny gate. It's as simple as that. Now the gate lock hub, made by Griffin Armament, extremely well made. You ought to see the machining on this. It goes for a couple $100. I'm not going to put the price up here because that's subject to change at any time, and I don't want YouTube to think I'm trying to sell these, but it's pretty easy to go over to Griffin's site and take a look at this little gate lock hub. Now OG is a simpleton. I like the fact that I can take this little hub for every one of my rifles that has an A2 birdcage flash hider, and I can add it to whatever can is going to go onto that rifle, and this little suppressor can now be snapped onto or taken off of an A2 birdcage flash hider with ease in seconds. To attach this suppressor with its gate lock hub to my A2 flash hider, I'm simply going to make sure that the gate mechanism is aligned with the flats on the back of the A2 flash hider. Slide it down over the top until the gate lock actually lines up with the rings on the A2, and press it into place until that leaf spring seats. And I've now got a firm system. Yes, there is twist in it this way, but there is no wiggle in it whatsoever this way. That thing will not move. It is nice and secure. I now have a short little AR pistol with an 11.5-inch barrel that is comfortable to shoot, much quieter. Of course, nothing is Hollywood quiet, but I can now shoot this thing all day long, and all of the concussion and blast and noise of this thing is being pushed out the nose of the rifle, and it makes it much, much easier on the shooter. If you like content like this, reach down here and hit the thumbs up button. Give this video a like. Also, make sure you're subscribed to OG's Danger Show. If you are subscribed, make sure you hit that little notification bell. It gets unclicked by our YouTube overlords from time to time, and I don't want you to miss anything. I got to mail out a postcard to every one of you guys every time I send out a video. If you don't like this video, keep your mouth shut. Who asked you? Now, with a suppressor attached, yes, you could actually shoot this rifle without ears. It is not that quiet, however, and we always recommend you shoot with ears. 5.56 rounds are never going to be subsonic. The thing is always going to have a crack to it. So it just makes it a little more pleasant to shoot and a little more controllable. And remember, no matter your attachment method, when you attach your suppressor to your rifle, you always need to head out there and re-zero your rifle. Double check that your zero has not shifted. And before I leave the range and I take this rifle and throw it back in the truck box in my truck, I'm going to put a few more rounds through here with the suppressor attached just to make sure that this Primary Arms ACSS G2 Cyclops and this thing are working together. To remove the suppressor with the gate lock hub, I'm simply going to reach up here, pull back on that leaf spring, lift the gate lock mechanism out of the way, and the entire contraption comes off the front, and you've got it there, ready to go. By the way, thanks to my Patreons for once again helping me with ammo for this test. You guys rock. If you want to join us over on Patreon, get all these videos early, as well as a lot of free giveaways, the link is down in the description below, and I appreciate it. Thank you. So for years and years and years, I carried this rifle off duty with just a birdcage flash hider. I love this rifle. I actually like the birdcage flash hider. Let's go ahead and put some rounds downrange and see if you can give you guys a little sampling of just how big the blast is on this short little 11.5 inch barrel with no suppressor. Holy shit. Even with ears on, that one shakes the teeth right out of your head. So yes, you can use it if you had to out there to defend your family or your community, but I prefer not to. This thing is loud and gassy. It's a lot like Rosie O'Donnell. As we confirmed a couple of weeks ago, the zero is slightly off with this when it's just got a missionary style muzzle brake on the end. I have zeroed the rifle with the can on it, so that's the way it lives in my truck. However, got to know kind of where it's going to impact. I am hitting dinner plate side steel gongs downrange at 100 yards, so it could do the job if called upon to do so, but I know where it's going to hit every single time when I have the can mounted. One of the things you got to be aware of with a system like this is if the little rings on the back of the A2 flash hider are not cut deep enough. I know they all say mil spec, but a lot of times you get a mil spec flash hider. I've got quite a few of them at home that are not cut deep enough. And this little gate lock system is not going to snap securely into those little rings. And the little leaf spring is not going to seat itself. If that leaf spring does not seat itself, do not fire your suppressor. It is not fully locked on there. Right now, this gate lock suppressor is so solid on this rifle, and there's zero wiggle. I would wiggle it for you, but I'd burn my hands.
That's what she said.
Hey, I want to thank you guys for stopping by and watching a video about a cool little piece of equipment that I think you guys are going to like. I like showing you guys equipment that is affordable and at the same time changes the way you do things out there and makes you a little bit more deadly on the streets. You guys stay safe out there. Stay armed whenever and wherever you are, whether it's with a loud rifle or a quiet rifle. And until next video, OG out.